you my sister, so like I'm gonna look out for you, but da da da. And then, bro, you gonna look out for me, cause your sister? You gonna let me get away with your sister? Oh yeah. Yeah.
But it start with yourself, that's called self-love. But it start with yourself, that's called self-love. It's called self-love.
So today we want to talk about treating family for exactly who they are. And this is critical because a lot of times we give family members passes that we really shouldn't. And we allow family members to get away with stuff that we wouldn't allow other people to get away with. You know what I'm saying? And the whole concept of this is basically setting boundaries, right? We want to be very careful with what we allow people to get away with. Because if you allow someone to treat you however they want to treat you, they're going to continue to treat you however they want to treat you. You have to say no. Like Cat Williams said, you have to say no. You got to let people know what's okay and what's not okay. You know what I'm saying? What can fly and what got to die. You know what I'm saying? Because people will try you. People will try to get away with whatever you allow them to get away with. You know what I'm saying? Especially family members. A lot of times, especially parents. Parents be thinking they could do whatever. They think because they brought you into this world, they could treat you however, they could do whatever, they got control of your money, they got access to this and that. No. You gotta tell mama no. You gotta tell dada no. You're for real though, because people will try it. And the whole concept of this is because it's all about perspective. You see what I'm saying? Like, how I like to look at it is like, say I got a friend and my friend has a mom, his mom is just someone to me. It's just a person. You know what I'm saying? It's like my friend's mom. It's nothing. But my mom is like, oh, that's my mom. You know what I'm saying? It's like we glorify, that's mama. You know what I'm saying? Like, and granted, it's still honor thy mother and father. You know what I'm saying? So you do want to be respectful to your family, respectful to your parents. But at the same time, they're just people, right? Someone else look at your mom and look at your dad as a person, right? If they go out in the street, if someone know them, obviously they might be like, oh, that's such and such mom or that's such and such dad. But if they don't know, they're just a person. They're just a man walking. You know what I'm saying? They're just a woman walking. But the way we look at it is like, oh, that's my mom, that's my dad. You know what I'm saying? So first we got to stop glorifying it so much. You know what I'm saying? You do want to be respectful. Yes, honor thy mother and father, but you want to stop glorifying it OD, because that's why we allow people to get away with what they get away with, because we're like, oh, well, it is my mom. It is my dad. It is my aunt. Well, it is my sister. It is my brother. No, you got to tell people no. You got to set boundaries and let people know what's okay and what's not okay, because what you allow people to get away with is an indication to people in their minds of how much they can try you. You give a person an inch, they're going to try to take a foot. You know what I'm saying? You give a person a foot, they're going to try to take a mile. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you have to be careful what you allow people to get away with, because people will try you and people will try to manipulate and maneuver things. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times people will allow their family members to get away with things that they would never allow someone on the street to get away with. Sometimes we be dealing with our family members and the type of behavior that they display and show, we wouldn't dare allow another person get away with some of the things that our family members get away with. And that's the crazy part about it. It's like, why are we allowing our family members to get away with these things? Why is it so difficult for us to put our foot down? Sometimes it's just because of the familiarity with the environment, and a lot of other times, like I said, it's because of the glorification, because of the title, right? We're glorifying these titles. Oh, that's my mom, or that's my uncle, or that's my aunt, that's my brother, that's my sister. I don't care. I don't care who you are. You need to be respectful. You need to respect me, and I will respect you in return. You know what I'm saying? You don't just get to treat me however and do whatever because you had this title of being my family member. That's not okay. And a lot of times, with our family members, they're aware that we perceive them in this light. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, let's say I ain't gonna use my mom for example, because my mom is thorough. My mom's super tough. I ain't gonna lie. My mom is the shit. Like, I love my mom. Mom, shout out to you. But let's say we have somebody like, let's say I got a sister. I don't got a sister. I always wanted a sister for her. But let's say I have a sister, and me and my sister's super close, right? And like, well, she may have even heard me say this at a particular time. Like, well, you is my sister, so people hold on to what they hear you say about them and how they know you perceive them. If a person know you perceive them in a certain way, and you let them get away with something because of that title, they're like, oh yeah? So because I'm his sister, he let me borrow money and not paying back? Oh yeah? Bet. And they make a mental note. And then they borrow money a second and third and 17th time, and you wonder why you're not getting your money back. But off of that first initial time when you let them get away with it, and they heard you say something like, you know, you my sister, so, you know, like, I'm gonna look out for you, but da-da-da. And then, bro, you gonna look out for me because I'm your sister? You gonna let me get away with becoming your sister? Oh yeah. Shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, people listen to what you say. People observe how you treat them. You know what I'm saying? People recognize the access that you give them to your life, and the leeway and the room you give them to overstep your boundaries and overstep their role in your life. You know what I'm saying? Is wrong. So what we must do, you know, we must set boundaries. If you're watching this video, I challenge you and I commend you to set boundaries, you know. Let people know how they can treat you. And it's never too late. And a lot of times, the thing is, I recognize is that sometimes we be ready to put our foot down for people, but we get so accustomed to the room and the access that we gave people to our lives. It's like we feel forced in a way to continue displaying that behavior. We feel compelled to allow people to get away with what they've been getting away with it. You know what I'm saying? If it's somebody new that come in our lives, we'd be like, no. But if it's somebody in our lives who've been there before and they've been mistreating us, we might let them keep mistreating us just because they've been doing it for so long. It's like, why are we stuck in these routines of unhealthy connections? Why? We must put our foot down. We must establish boundaries and let people know no is no, and this is not okay. I want to be treated better. You know, it's never too late to put your foot down. We must set boundaries, and we must treat family for who they are.
But it start with yourself, that's called self-love. But it start with yourself, that's called self-love.